First opened for business in 1962. We are just about ready for baseball from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the home opener for 2017 between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Get ready for Dodger baseball. Next on the show. Here's Ender Inciarte. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Leading off tonight for the Cubs, center fielder Ender Inciarte.
And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike one. Harold, you look at this Dodgers team as they enter play here tonight. They come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win. Ooh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Ball 2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody that would have swung at that pitch.
Swing and a liner. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. Here's Chris Bryant now.
Second here tonight. Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
First delivery to him on the way. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. A runner at first with no outs here. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
2 takes, and now he's down 0-2. I'm not sure, but he may have been taking to give the guy at first a chance to run.
And this is right past Molina and back to the screen. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. Set to deal on 2-2. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Chris Bryant becomes the first out of the inning. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Michael Brantley comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that can do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
3-0 now. Set to deliver on 3-0. Todd gave him the green light, but he swings through it for strike 1. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Here's a changeup over the outside corner. Working for the punch out and the offering. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit. The throw will go to third, and he's safe. Here comes the right fielder, Jose Bautista. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
Bautista.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He could put 3 runs on the board in a hurry. So expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can. 2-0 count, runners at the corners. You can bet he's looking for something to drive right here. There's a good chance he gets something to hit too.
Bautista waits on the 2-1. Swinging a ball hit on the ground.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
Took something off there as this pitch is in the dirt, but handled quickly behind the plate. There goes Brantley. Line drive to left. Oh, and he misses it. He'll get it into second. And the run will score as the Cubs strike first to lead it 1-0. And he is out on the tag.
First baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here's the first pitch to him. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch. Here comes the 1-0. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Well, he's got to know by now. He's not going to challenge me. He's got to start looking on the corners. Maybe he'll get something to drive. But other than that, you're probably taking your base.
The curveball bounces, and that gets by to the backstop. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. He's set. Here's the 3-0. And that misses for ball 4 to Freeman as he'll work the walk. Here's Javier Baez.
Second baseman, Javier Baez.
Back up the middle. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Batting 7th.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. Well, he thought about going for third, and now that runner's in no man's land out there. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll end the inning. In is the second baseman, Chase Utley. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Chase Utley.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Inciarte on the run. 1 down. Standing in, Justin Turner. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Here's the first pitch to him. Hit the other way out toward right field. Bautista has a read on it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Here's Corey Seager. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive to center field. Inciarte is there, and how about that? A 3-pitch inning as this side is retired. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He'll match up with Julio Urias to lead off the inning.
Swanson.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit to short. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second. Digging in the switch hitter, Vince Velasquez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here comes the first pitch. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Tell you what, pitching to the pitcher is not that easy. Sometimes when you face him, a little bit of a letdown. He's in a 2-0 count right now. You got to really focus, I think, more so with the pitcher hitting against you than anybody.
Lets it fly 2-0, but this one's by him for the first strike. And here's a ball hit in the air. Gutierrez coming on, and no one will get this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Center fielder, number
Stepping
11.
in and ready for another shot, Ender Inciarte. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
With 2 outs, they're not playing him to bunt here, and he didn't show it there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't at least thinking about it. He handles the bat pretty well, and he can definitely run.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He'll lead it off against Vince Velasquez.
Left fielder.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Cespedes.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come in 2-1 on the young season and off to a good start.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix their pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
Batting fifth, center fielder, Jock Peterson.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Jock Peterson checks his swing here on the first pitch, and it's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Bases are empty, one man out. And there's a swing and a miss, 2-1 now.
That fastball right there will humble you. He threw it right by him. So now what do? You spread out, you use your hands, and try to be as quick as you can when you see that ball get released out of his hand.
On to Freeman at first, and there are two away now.
Batting sixth.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez. He'll try to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. And a ball, 1-0.
2 outs, bases empty, and I got one of my power guys at the plate. This is where you let it fly right here. Give me a home run or a double. Give me some kind of extra base hit.
Here's a breaking ball, too low, 2-0. Look out. All over the place now. 3-0. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Swanson scoops it up. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Ready for another chance? Chris Bryant. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third.
Chris Bryant.
Into the windup and the pitch. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
That's a good approach when you're facing a young arm you might not be too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got. Now he's got himself ahead in the count.
Got his 2-0 fastball, but he was way behind. 2-1. Set to deliver on 2-1. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Another 2-2 offering. High in the air out towards shallow right. Under it is the sure-handed Gutierrez for the first out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Michael Brantley. He drew a walk his first time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now here's the pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Now here's the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit. Digging in, Jose Bautista. 0 for 1 with a run batted in thus far.
Bautista.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. So he moves all the way up to third here. Look into Molina. Now the 1-1. 2-1.
Well, when you're behind in a count like this pitcher is, it's a good time to work in something off speed if you're confident in it. Most hitters are looking for fastball.
And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2. Hits this one hard the other way. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
First baseman number
Here's the
5.
first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. This is on the ground over to first. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. Digging in to try it again, Javier Baez looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. First pitch coming, here it is. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting that front foot down in enough time to allow your hands to start moving forward. He was way too late there.
And that'll get down for a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. Striding in once again, Wilson Contreras. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard toward the right side. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Ready now, Adrian Gonzalez. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Adrian.
First offering on its way. A little tapper. And he's retired, 1 away. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Into the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Well, he is working fast, and he wants that quick inning, just throwing a lot of strikes. Right now, 0-1. Again, I think he comes right after him and makes him swing the bat.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Bautista on the run. He makes the running play. 2 down. Stepping in, Julio Urias. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Here comes the first pitch. And a curveball that gets a swing and a miss and makes him look way behind. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Swanson is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Standing in, Dansby Swanson. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sharp ground ball to 3rd. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Up next
now at the plate, Vince Velasquez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Here it comes. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I think, Matt, that was a result of the fastball, the pitch before. He's throwing so hard, you got to honor that fastball in that situation.
And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And Gonzalez will tuck this one away for round number 2. Here's Ender Inciarte. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch on its way. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1. 3 runs, 6 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Soft liner to the left side. But an easy play over at 3rd, and that'll be that. In is the second baseman, Chase Utley. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Chase Utley.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Sent on the ground out to second. There's Baez, a quick out number one. So stepping in, Justin Turner. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Swung on and missed for the first strike.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down. Now batting, Corey Seager. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted the other way to left center. Inciarte's there. And that ends the inning. Ready once again, Chris Bryant. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Chris Bryant.
Into the windup and the pitch. Line drive snagged on a short hop. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Digging in once again, Michael Brantley. He singled his last time up. First delivery to him on the way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Liner towards second. Throw on to Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. Here comes the right fielder, Jose Bautista. 0 for 2, but with 2 RBIs in this one. First pitch on its way. Swing and a liner. But this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Left fielder, Yoenis.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Bautista is right there to take it in, and on 1 pitch, that's all for Cespedes.
Now batting.
Here's Jock Peterson now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
Boy, that was filthy right there. That was a great indicator of how well he's throwing the ball. He's going nice in the game, but that pitch was filthy.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
Good job of holding up on the 0-2 pitch right there, because clearly he was wanting to chase it.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th.
Baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here comes the first pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Look into Molina. Now the 1-1. And that slider's almost in the dirt. And the pitch on 2-1. Grounded up the first baseline. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. Here's Javier Baez. 2 base hits, both singles to this point.
Javier Baez.
Here's the first pitch to him. Ball 1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1.
Man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. Utley for 1. The relay not in time as he beats the throw by a step. Back to first, but it's right by him. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And a neck-high fastball that time. Good lead off his second there. Now the pitch. That's by him for strike 1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. 3-1. Dansby Swanson is on deck. Got him to go after the change there, and that'll run things full 3-2.
He's probably frustrated with himself now after swinging at what should have been ball 4. Time for a deep breath.
And that misses ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double. Play possibility here. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Dansby Swanson is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
Needed a sand wedge for that one. Swung on and missed. No contact there, and it's 1-2. 3 runs, 7 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Grounded to short. Reined in. 1 there. Over to Gonzalez, and they get the double play they needed to get him out of the inning. Here's Adrian now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Leading off for the Dodgers, first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
Hit in the air to right field. Bautista is there to make the play, and Adrian's retired on just 1 pitch.
Now batting, catcher.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Bautista has a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting,
riding in once again, Julio Urias. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Andre Ethier will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Andre Ethier.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Right side. The flip to the pitcher covering, as that will retire the side. Back here at Dodger Stadium, getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Luis Avilan is on the pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
43, Luis Avilan.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vince Velasquez. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Here it comes, 1-0. And a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Hit on the ground to third. Turner's got it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Center fielder
ready for another 11. Shot now. Ender Inciarte. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away. Digging in once again, Chris Bryant. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. First offering on its way. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And he didn't pull the trigger on a good low sinker, but it missed for ball 3. Michael Brantley would be next. And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Fielder, Michael Brantley.
Michael Brantley is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a bouncing ball for Utley at second. And it comes up on Utley. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first.
Right fielder.
Ready once again, Jose Bautista. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Peterson has a read on it. And the inning is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Ready for another chance? Chase Utley, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Second baseman, Chase Utley.
Line towards center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman,
digging in to try it again, Justin Turner. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. And he chased one there as this is bounced to short. Swanson picks it up in time to first, and there are 2 away. Here's Corey Seager. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And the first pitch here is below the knees, but he gets him to chase it, and it's 0-1.
We talk about that first pitch and how important it is. Well, we're watching a guy right now that's throwing 80% to the hitters right now, the first pitch for a strike. When you do that, you're going to pitch deep in the game.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Brantley racing back. He leaves his feet, but it's off the wall. And he is into third with a 2-out triple. Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Yoenis Cespedes.
And that misses inside 1-0.
With the runner on third, 2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game. He continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
The 1-2 pitch. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third. Here's Jock Peterson now, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way, and this one was tailing on him, but he was able to reach down, pull it in, and with it the side is retired. Digging in and looking for more, Freddie Freeman. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8. And now some action in that Dodger bullpen as a left-hander has begun to get loose. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. The 0-1 delivery. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
Boy, he's getting a lot of late swings. They're just not catching up to him right now, not picking it up, not seeing it, or maybe picked up a tick on his fastball. But, man, he's keeping it away from him nice.
So the breaking ball locked him up there. Freddie Freeman. Number 46 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 46.
And that swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And he lays off for ball 1. Look into Molina. Now the 1-1. Now a flare out to left center. Seager into shallow left. And he makes the catch for the second out. Into the box now, Wilson Contreras. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball just a bit high. Here it comes, 1-0. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. 8th inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. A swing and a miss at the big curveball. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Here's Franklin Gutierrez. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Right fielder,
Outfield in the no doubles defense. Now the first pitch. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Taken, strike 2 called, and it's even at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Here's Adrian now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
First baseman, Adrian.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. And the changeup is way low that time. Now here's the pitch. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. 1 out, nobody on. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Brantley is under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Well, he doesn't have any walks yet. He's going to have to come in the zone right here and really avoid throwing that first walk of the game.
Now a ball hit sharply toward third, and that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now batting.
Into the box 46. Now, number 46. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
Andrew Cole.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. For Molina, he picks up double number 2 on the year. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. Ready with the 1-1. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Kershaw enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He'll be the one to start things here against Clayton Kershaw.
Swanson.
Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center. Gutierrez is there. One quick out to start inning number 9. Coming to the plate now, Vince Velasquez. 4th plate appearance for him tonight, and why not? He's been in control all game long. Matt Caesar will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 20, Matt Caesar.
And that's by him. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Now here it comes. And he lays off again. Ball 3.
One thing that could nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through. He's not known for his offensive prowess, but he's putting together a real nice at-bat here. He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
Liner towards second, but there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2.
Now batting.
Digging in, Ender Inciarte. He comes into this appearance. Now here it comes. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. And he just misses with a curveball.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
This is the kind of pitching that's frustrating for me to watch. He had him down 0-2, then he started getting cute, and now the count is full at 3-2. It happens, but I'd rather see him attack the hitter and force contact if you can't get him to chase after a pitch or 2.
Third baseman.
Now at the plate, Chris Bryant. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. And another foul ball.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He was fortunate. He just fouled it off.
The 0-2 once more. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Gutierrez going back on it at the track. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Wade Davis takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
71, Wade Davis.
Digging in now, Chase Utley. He'll be the one to lead off against Wade Davis, who will look to try to save this one here.
Chase Utley.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Chasing after it is Inciarte. Makes the play, 1 away. Now at the plate, Justin Turner. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy into wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
Throw on to first, and now the Dodgers are down to their final out. So striding forward now, Corey Seager. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. Here's the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. Inciarte is there, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he ended up handing things off to his bullpen buddies in the ninth, but still, 8 strong innings from him really showed a lot in this one.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Dodgers, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, a sellout 56,000. The Dodgers thank you for attending tonight's game. And as you leave Dodger Stadium, we remind you to please drive home safely.